And maybe the reason he got over the chair like that wasn't because of his back. Maybe he was trying to hide his massive love for Jenny.
His massive love.
You know.
I don't think you could hide a massive love in those uniforms.
No, not really. You wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to do anything. If you got a space erection in your Star Trek outfit.
Can you get us an erection in space? Does the gravity...
Yeah, maybe the gravity counteracts it.
Well, I mean, they have fake gravity, but I don't know how their fake gravity works.
Yeah, maybe it's a stabilizer of your penis.
Okay.
Actor, writer, comedian, performer, Jill of all trades.
Oh, I was just thinking that, but I was going to say Jack.
Well, yeah, with Jacqueline of all trades.
Ooh.
Or you can be Jack. I'm not saying that has to be a man name.
I don't know if it initially meant a man's name. Like, I think a Jack just refers to... I don't know, I'd have to look it up. But I think it refers to, like a common person.
Oh.
Yeah.
You learned something new. See, Kathy usually gives us a lot of awesome feedback on our episodes.
Yeah, I'm a comment troll.
But she does. No, I love it because she's not a troll. Trolls are like terrible things. Like, nice boobs. That would be a troll. You can comment that now because I gave you permission. But, no. No, but she usually, like, if we mess up, she'll be like, hey, you said the wrong thing. Or if we're like, hey, we don't know the name of this person, she'll be like, guess what? Here it is. So Kathy is now here.
Okay, but
so I challenge you in the YouTube world to give a comment to Kathy.
And I challenge you to frame it like it is very nice, because I always frame it nicely. You can read my comments.
She does. She's incredibly respectful.
Yeah, I'm not like, I'm better than you because I know this.
Yes. No, not at all. No, she's a very classy gal. Which is why we asked her to be on today. So, Kathy, everybody. So, one of the things about Kathy, we're not going to spend the whole episode talking about this. We've already discussed that. But one of the things that Kathy and I share in common is a secret, not so secret, but not so secret, love affair with William Riker from Star Trek The Next Generation. Yeah. Played by Mr. Jonathan Frakes. Yeah. So what do you love about him?
Well, first of all, I want to clarify, and no disrespect to Mr. Frakes. He's a great actor and a handsome man. Yes. But I don't get crushes on celebrities. Mm-hmm. I get crushes on characters. Fair. So I don't, like Jonathan Frakes, I don't care. Yeah.
Don't worry, Jeannie Francis, his wife.
What? Oh,
Jeannie
right,
Francis.
Yeah. Don't worry, Jeannie.
Kathy's not coming after you.
Yeah. No. But Will Riker, though, oh wow.
Yeah.
Just a great guy.
Yeah. I have a confession. I had 2 William Riker action figures, different scales. One was bigger, one was smaller. One with a beard, one without.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can I say something that's gonna create controversy?
Okay.
I like him better without his beard.
What? Because then you can see the little chin butt.
Yes!
Yeah.
He's got a real nice face!
Yes,
and everyone's like, oh, Riker's got such a sweet beard, and I get it. Beards are in right now. But I liked him without his beard. I was kind of sad that he only had no beard. Like 1 season without a beard.
Only 1?
Yeah, and the rest of it was full beard.
Yeah.
Which, still a great guy.
Yeah. Oh,
dreamy.
Dave asked me to do this. I should have done it earlier. Here we go. Are you ready? Sat down the Riker way.
Here's an interesting fact that I heard from our friend Paul Little.
Okay.
So
hi, Paul.
I think it was Paul who told me. Yeah. Apparently, the reason he sits down like that is because Jonathan Frakes had like a back problem. Yeah. And it was like hard for him to do this action
over and over again.
So he would just step over the chair.
Which made him look like a cool badass. It's the same thing as like when cops in cop movies like turn the seat around and then they're like, hey. It's the same kind of thing but like space version. Mm-hmm. You know, like it just gives him a bit of cred.
Yeah.
Like space cred. Nice. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I actually, I kind of Wikipedia'd him because I was like, not that we're going to talk about him the whole episode, but just a little bit of the time. I'm just going to put this right here. Dave, please try to find a photo of Jonathan Frakes with a beard and without a beard right here so that people can weigh in as to who they find like the better version of Riker.
Right.
But yeah, so he married in real life, Jonathan Frakes, not Riker, married a lady named Jeannie Francis, who is an actress, and she was on General Hospital. She was in like the Luke and Laura couple, like Luke and Laura, like the Luke and Laura. Oh. I know, big deal. But they got married on my birthday, May 28th.
That's kind of a slap in the face, isn't it?
It's a little, I mean, it's nice, but it's like, what the hell? Like, I mean, it wasn't my birth year. Like, I was like 5 when they got married, but May 28th. So, happy anniversary and my birthday. When that happens. So, just putting that out there. Yeah, who did you like Riker with Diana?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously I had that little jealousy where I was like, no, he must stay single forever so that in my fantasies he is mine.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was nice that they ended up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
For the final Star Trek.
Diana Troy. I wonder if she, like, sensed he was the one. You know? Because she'd always be like, I'm sensing that you're giving me sass, or, you know.
I feel like she probably always sensed that he still carried a little flame for her, even when they were pretending to be super profesh about it.
Yeah.
But she was like, she's not, like, full Betazoid, so she's like, I don't know. I don't know where this is gonna go, so I'll just be super profesh. Mm-hmm. But that little coal was always there, burning brightly under his communicator. Yeah.
And then he had to, like, and maybe the reason he got over the chair like that wasn't because of his back. Maybe he was trying to hide his massive love for Diana.
His massive love. You know. I don't think you could hide a massive love in those uniforms.
No, not really. You wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to do anything. If you got a space erection in your Star Trek outfit.
Can you get us an erection in space? Does the gravity...
Yeah, maybe the gravity counteracts it.
Well, I mean, they have fake gravity, but I don't know how their fake gravity works.
Yeah. Maybe it's a stabilizer. Your beam.
Okay.
Who knows? Thoughts. Girls think about weird stuff in space too, by the way.
Weigh in.
Yeah. What do you think? Maybe we need to ask an astronaut what happens to your thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Beyond his cuteness, I also really liked that character because, see, he had some of the best episodes.
Yeah.
I just recently rewatched... Okay, confession. I rewatched in preparation for this. I rewatched the episode called Frame of Mind.
Okay, remind me.
Where he's like, so it starts off and he's like, I'm not crazy. I promise you, I'm not crazy. Oh. And there's this doctor talking to him, and the doctor, you can't see the doctor's face, and he's like, oh, we need to make some progress. You're clearly having delusions. And then later on you see that the doctor is actually Data, and he's performing in a play. He's like rehearsing for a play with Data where I think Beverly wrote the play, or she's at least directing it. Okay. And it's like, he's like, no, I'm not crazy, and it's about his delusions. But then he's walking around the ship, like, learning his lines, and then he, like, sees a guy who's, like, a character from the play, and he's like, what? And then, like, all of a sudden, like, he's doing the performance of the play, and then the audience disappears, and he's, like, actually in a mental institution, and there's, like, a doctor standing there, and it's not Data anymore. And
is he in holodeck?
No, so it turns out that he was abducted. Like, there's this whole thing where it's like, the doctor's like, your starship fantasy is a fantasy, and all these people that you think you know aren't real, and this is the reality, and you killed a man. And he's like, I didn't kill a man, I don't remember killing a man. And he's like, well, you don't remember, but that's because of your delusions. And he goes, like, back and forth between, like, he wakes up in his bed on the Enterprise, and he's like, oh, was that a dream, or is this a dream? I don't even know. And it turns out that he was abducted on a planet when he was doing an away mission, and they were, like, trying to get information, like, Starfleet information out of him, so they, like, hooked onto this neuro thing, and were like... What? So the whole thing, like, both the mental hospital and, like...
The play?
Well, the play was a real thing that had happened in the past, but, like, all the stuff that was happening to him in this episode in the play was, like, also just in his mind, and it was... Oh. Yeah, so but then, like, he figured it out...
That's like Inception before Inception.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I was like, obviously I know that Riker is not insane and that someone's manipulating his brain. Because,
anybody knows that Riker's not insane. It's Kathy Herbert.
Because it's Star Trek, and, like, I don't think that they would be like, okay, it's 1968, here's what we're gonna do. Yeah. In 1994, we're gonna make this whole universe up, and then it's gonna end up not being real.
Yeah, very true. That would be a real waste of a lot of time.
Yeah. But anyway, so he wakes up and he's fine. And as an audience, I was like, I know he's gonna be fine. But it was still really cool to, like, see the character going through all that. It reminded me of, like, Shutter Island.
Oh, yeah.
Except, you know that it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Shutter Island, not so much. Yeah. That was a messed up movie, Shutter Island.
I watched it in French. Yeah. Okay. I watched it with French people. So we had to watch it in French, and I don't speak French, but I speak enough French to be like, okay, maybe I can understand this. So I'm still not really sure what was happening in that movie, but I'm pretty sure it was bad.
Well, I kind of called, spoiler alert, take a second, turn it off.
Shutter Island. Shutter.
Okay, shut it. Shutter open. Okay, yeah, Shutter Island, I I don't want to like say that I'm like a movie genius or anything, but Aaron and I will watch movies all the time and shows, and we usually can determine giant plot twists based on casting, like Law and Order, for example. I know that somebody is bad based on, it's like, that's a pretty well-known actor, so he or she is the murderer and or a co-conspirator in you know, like it's unfortunate, but I watch so much of that stuff that I can tell. So Shutter Island, I don't know, it was kind of like the after, what was that, The Sixth Sense or whatever, when it's like, I see dead people, like he's dead. It's kind of like prepared my mind to be like, okay, so that's a thing. It's pretty much an option anytime I watch a movie now. So I enough things happened that I was like, oh, I think he's crazy, and this is like a simulation to kind of get him out of it. And not that I knew exactly that it was like a therapy exercise, but I just felt like, he's not a cop anymore, or he's not a cop at all, or, you know, like it was some type of, I even went so far with Aaron to say that it could be like a simulation from like the future. Ooh. I thought that, which is a cool movie concept, by the way, FYI, you're welcome. So yeah, that's one of those things. But yeah, Shutter Island, it's scary, it's good.
I didn't realize that was how, because I watched it in French, like, I still wasn't sure at the end of that movie. I'm like, is he crazy or is he not? But you're telling me he's for sure definitely crazy.
Yeah, he basically has like he gets better, and then he has like a relapse. Okay. So then all of these people are there to try to help him because his wife killed their children, and he went like nuts, and as you would. So like when he's like holding her, and then Michelle Williams like turns to like ash and like blows away. Yeah, that's like all in there. But it's a good movie. It's a good thriller.
It was even good without understanding it fully.
That's a sign of a good movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Like if you can enjoy yourself without it being, you know.
I didn't even have subtitles.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, and I probably understood 30% of what they were saying.
Yeah, I'm like that with French too. I was in French immersion as a little kid until grade 5, and I really didn't speak it much afterwards. So I'm better at, if I had to speak it, no, not going well. But if someone's saying it, I can kind of pick up every like second or third word and kind of follow along.
I'm the same way, yeah. And I find that even just the fact that it's like a Latin-based language has helped, and that I know like 30% of French has helped me.
With Italian?
Like, like I was in Italy and I was like, I don't speak Italian, but like just listening to people, I would be like, oh, that sounds like a French word, which means this. Yeah. Therefore, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Spanish is like that too.
Spanish too, yeah. And then I was in somewhere else. I was in Greece, and I was like, it's all Greek to me.
Yeah. Yeah, no clue.
That's not Latin-based.
No clue. Well, that's what someone was saying, like, Portuguese will be like, oh, that kind of sounds like the Italian word, or oh, that kind of sounds like a Spanish word, and then it's like, what the hell is that? Like, Portuguese just has, like, these random words for things. It's like, no.
But that's how everybody feels about English.
True. Very true. Did you watch that video? We'll try to post a link on it, but there's this video where it's, like, how English sounds to non-English speaking people. It's actually very cool with like the sounds and the like breath and we do, like I actually met a lady a couple of weeks ago, and her first language was Russian, and she was learning. She had this like app on her phone, and it was basically all Russian, and then they would have some English words there, and it was basically saying like, just so you know, these words aren't gonna make sense to you. So she would be like, excuse me, can you read what these words are? And it was like yacht. She's like, say that again. I'm like, yacht. She's like, okay, I thought it was yacht. Fair. I get why you would think that. There was all these crazy words, and it was like burrow, borrow, borrow, buried, buried.
Oh yeah. Yeah. English is
berry, like a strawberry,
right?
And then berries, and yeah, it was. I felt bad for her because I really realized, like, wow, we are kind of a messed up language.
Stupid.
Yeah, not fun. So what do you have coming up here soon? Coming up, because Fringe season is upon us.
Fringe season is upon us. I'm in a sketch troupe called President Bear.
Check them out.
So we're doing the Fringe again this year. We formed for the Fringe last year, and it was so great that we just stuck together, and we've been doing shows. Hunks does a thing every like Friday, and we do those shows sometimes. So President Bear will be at the Winnipeg Fringe. Check that out. And I'm also directing and acting in another play written by Dan Robertson. It's called Schrodinger's Cat. Cool. And it's about quantum. It's like a sci-fi comedy about quantum mechanics with an ending that would prefer to not go unobserved.
Oh.
That's our tagline.
That is prefer to go not
An
go...
ending which would prefer to not go unobserved. It means come see the show.
Yeah, I get that. I gather that. That's awesome. Yeah, President Bear, best name ever, by the way.
Thank you. That's interesting. Corey, who formed our troupe, he was just like writing down things that I think were supposed to be sketches, just like random things. And one of the things he wrote down was President Bear. Like, wouldn't it be funny if a bear was president?
It would be funny.
And then that ended up
probably be better than what's going on right now. But,
yeah, it probably would be better.
He just needs to sleep for 9 months. We'll be fine. Bring him some honey and some salmon. We'll be fine.
So Corey made that our name, and then later on he found out, he like Googled it one time to see if, where President Bear comes up under Google, and it turns out President Bear is a character in the extended Marvel universe. He's in like one issue where I think Captain America, I don't know, somebody is having a dream where there's a bear who's president and he has to fight them. So I'm just putting it out there that we did not steal that from Marvel. That was a pure coincidence.
I didn't know that, and that's a pretty cool coincidence.
Well, I didn't know that. I mean, it's a tiny little thing.
Yeah, but that's cool. It's almost better that way, because then it's like, if someone thought you were super into it, they'd be like, oh, I get it. Nice little reference there. And then if you're like, I don't get it, they'd be like, cool coincidence, right? So I mean, you win-win either way. Cool. So you don't have a schedule for that, obviously, but
not yet.
What days is Fringe this year?
July 19th, I think, is when it starts.
Yeah, till the end of the month, pretty much.
Yeah,
I should know that.
It usually goes for 11 days, 10 days.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Cool. Well, Kathy, thank you so much for being a guest on Easy Bucko.
You're welcome.
And I really do mean it. Kathy always puts the best, most insightful comments. Well, Kathy and this other awesome guy named Skylar. Hey, Skylar.
Hi, Skylar.
Shout out to you.
I read your comments all the time.
Yeah, he writes great stuff. But yeah, so maybe we'll get Skylar on one day too. You deserve it, man. But yeah, so Kathy and Skylar are pretty much our, king and queen of awesome comments. So I challenge someone else out there to take the reins on this one, because the queen is resting.
I can't comment on it.
She can, but she won't. But she will.
I probably will.
Just get
I'll find something that I said that was wrong, and I'll correct myself.
Okay, good. Ooh, very meta. I like that. Awesome. Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us this lovely Sunday morning, and we'll